Hello everyone and welcome. My name is Krysten Hansyn. This is Goddess Imagine, a transformational yoga and modern metaphysical studio. Welcome back to the channel. I'm so excited to be with you today because I have a brand new tarot reading and it's called Tarot for the New Moon, Setting Intentions with Soul. This reading was designed to help us tap into the energy of the new moon to discover our deepest desires, set powerful intentions, manifest those intentions into creation, and feel supported on this sacred journey. As modern mystics, we learn to attune our energy to the energy that occurs naturally within the universe to assist us in the transformational process. The 4 seasons takes us through the yearly manifestation process beginning in January when we discover our dreams and goals and set our intentions for the year. The springtime, we plant the seeds of success. The summertime, we align ourselves with powerful action. The fall time brings the harvest or the bounty or the reward of all the hard work that we've invested in the year. And as we come into winter, it's a time to rest and reflect and begin dreaming about the upcoming year. The lunar cycle assists us on a monthly basis and keeping us aligned and connected in our journey of learning how to up-level and transform into the highest version of ourselves and manifesting the luxury lifestyle that we've always imagined. With the cycles of the moon, we begin with the new moon, which represents new beginnings and setting intentions. Then the first quarter assists us in overcoming obstacles and making decisive decisions. The full moon is a time of releasement, all of the things that don't serve our highest good, the manifesting of our dreams and desires, and then expressing gratitude for the blessings that we've received. The last quarter brings us to a quiet reflection and introspection. We're making peace with the past and looking towards the new month. The more we tap into the universal flow of creation, the more focused and successful we can become in our progress and our endeavors. The theme of our reading is this, the theme or the overall intention or message of the reading. The new moon is a sacred pause, a quiet moment between endings and beginnings. It's a time to turn inward, to listen to your intuition and plant the seeds of what your soul longs to experience next. This reading is designed to help you move through the rhythm of release and renewal with awareness and grace. I'm also going to invite you to do something a little bit different during our reading today. I invite you to imagine aligning with your inner realm with the cosmic rhythm of the moon, trusting that your intentions, when set with soul, will bloom in divine timing. Just maybe holding those cards close to your chest, imagining each one of those have a direct message for you, and connecting to the moon with your own energy, and then trusting the process of manifestation. Before we begin our reading, I'd like to take a moment just to ground and center myself. You're welcome to join me if you choose. If not, it'll just take me a moment, but it helps to focus my reading a little more intently. And if you're able, we can just close our eyes down as we come into center. As we ground, center, and focus our mind, body, and spirit. We invite our higher power and our spiritual team to join us. We connect to our inner goddess, embrace our divine feminine energy, and create a circle of protection around us for our session. We can also use this time to set a personal intention for ourselves, that which you'd like to receive through this reading, and we can take a moment to do that. And when we're finished, we simply take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Beautiful. Then we come back to the here and now. I've shuffled the cards really well before we began, but I want to take a moment just to refluff the energy. The cards sometimes can be so stiff, and the arthritis in my hands can make shuffling a little bit challenging, but I do the best I can. All right, let's begin. So the first card that we have is called the seed. What desire is ready to be planted? This cards represent the new beginning or dream that's emerging. What is your soul whispering it wants to create or grow? The card that we have is the Nine of Pentacles. This is a beautiful card for this reading. The Nine of Pentacles, the Pentacles just don't represent abundance and prosperity or business and finance. It also represents stability, grounding, feeling safe and feeling secure. And as we see this woman in this card, she is feeling very content. She's at ease. She looks comfortable. She's surrounded with her abundance, all the hard work that she's done. She has a falcon on her wrist. This woman represents a woman who wants for nothing. When we talk about what desires are ready to be planted, and it's not just about having abundance and prosperity or improving our money and finances. Maybe for many of us, it's about feeling grounded. It's about feeling safe and secure. It's about knowing that no one's going to come in and change something on us or hurt us. I know that when I was renting for a long time, there was always that upper fear that something was going to happen and we were going to lose our lease, right? We were excellent tenants, but these companies, when you're renting, you're always at the mercy of someone else. Maybe some of you are in a stale relationship. Maybe you feel that, you're dependent on your husband or dependent on another individual. You're dependent on something, and you are ready to come into yourself. You are ready to step into your higher self. Your inner goddess is ready to emerge. You want to come into a state that you don't have to want for nothing. You don't want to have to wonder or worry where the money's coming from. You don't want to worry if someone's going to change your housing. You want to set up security and stability for yourself in a way that's going to also allow you to feel at ease, to feel comfort, to feel contented. Maybe you'll take a hot bath. Maybe you'll finally take a walk. Maybe you'll lay down and close your eyes and rest. If you're like me at 58 and have been through addiction and alcoholism, divorce, remarriage, all of the things, you are coming into a place where we really want to have our own space. We want to have our own things and have our own security. When we talk about what desires are ready to be planted, perhaps for many of you, it's being able to care for ourselves, not being relied on anybody, not being at anyone else's mercy, and getting our own things and our own life in order. Card number 2 is the soil. What foundation supports my growth? This card reveals the inner and outer resources that will help your intentions to take root. These are your strengths, your habits, and your grounding practices. The card that we have is the Strength card. Now, the Strength card just doesn't represent strength, right? It represents several things. Number one, we see this woman who's also looking at a state of grace, and she has the ability to overcome the power of a lion. She's brought this lion into submission, and he's actually sitting at her feet, enamored with her, right? This isn't just being able to control other people. It's about being able to bring into balance both light and dark forces. It's about calling out those inner strengths that we have, not just physical or mental, but what other things do you do well? What things maybe been sitting by the wayside that you haven't had a chance to tap into? Maybe you're an excellent problem solver. Maybe you're a natural coach. Maybe you're a true healer. Maybe there's something inside of you that's been waiting to emerge, and now you can pull on that inner strength and use that to help you with your intention of finding that safety and security within your realm. And again, it isn't just about our personal strength, right? It's about also bringing things into order, bringing madness or chaos into order, and bringing tranquility and a sense of peacefulness into yourself and into your surroundings. Number 3 is the shadow. What must I release to make space for new growth? The new moon eliminates what's ready to be cleared. This card shows old patterns, fears, or attachments that dim our inner light or block our manifestations. The card is the Eight of Pentacles. Now, we have a man here who's working very hard. He's toiling. Sometimes this can be a very powerful card, but when we talk about the shadow, this can represent working too hard or maybe being only focused on one thing. As we see, he's pounding out these pentacles. It's the only thing that he makes. When we have a business, when we have a career, and when we're learning to set intentions to become the highest version of ourselves, we have to focus on many different things. And sometimes this can be definitely a shadow quality for me. When I get working on something, I get so hyper focused, like on my website, or maybe creating this card reading or creating my yoga exercises, that I hone in on that one thing. I tend to forget I've got 80 other things to do. I have to make a newsletter. I have to make a podcast, right? I have to make dinner. I have to do laundry. This card can tell us, don't focus too much. Maybe we're hyper focused. Ease off, right? Maybe easing off from that which we've been focused on. Look at the other things around us. Maybe implement a little bit of joy, finding a little bit of time for ourselves. Maybe reestablishing yourself with your spouse or your family, right? Going out with friends, enjoying dinner. Just because we're working to create this stability, this place of contentment, of happiness and joy, doesn't mean we have to do that 24/7, 365. In order to find true happiness and to set true intentions, we're looking at the big picture of everything and working on all of those individual aspects. We want to avoid hyper-focusing on just one thing. Card number 4 is the light. What energy or guidance will help my intentions blossom? This card offers insight into divine guidance, intuitive nudges, and aligned actions to help this dream thrive. The card is the Emperor. Now, the Emperor, a lot of times people assimilate the Emperor with power, authority. And yes, it is. It is about power and authority. But as you can also see, he doesn't have a very stern look on his face. He's gripping that, I can't think of the name of that tool in one hand, but the palm is open to another, right? This is someone who can go with the ebb and flow. The Emperor does not become the Emperor by just focusing on one thing. The Emperor is a master of many things. And not only does he have good communication with the people in his palace, he's also able to win the love and appreciation and respect of the people that he rules over. And when we think about what energy or guidance, this is our inner Emperor or inner goddess, however we want to see it. What aspects of ourself can we also focus on developing in the personal realm, right? Do we need to connect to our spirituality? Do we need to increase our education? Do we need to maybe take a class or join a group? How can we lift ourselves up to that Emperor level? But it's also about balance too. When we see the 2 pillars of his throne, it's about finding balance in all things. And it's not being afraid to try new things on or to take a chance. An Emperor isn't afraid of anything. He isn't afraid of anything or anyone. He has mastered his own awareness. He can defend himself, right? He can care for himself. He is in a state of highest authority, but he's done it with love, balance, and grace. Number 5 is the bloom. What potential outcome is ready to unfold? The 7 of Pentacles. Now, when we see the 7 of Pentacles with the question, what potential outcome is ready to unfold? This card gives a glimpse of what can blossom if we stay connected to our soul's intention and nurture it with care. And when we see this card, we look at the ample abundance that he has progressed, that he has produced, right? We have this man that's taking a step back. He's reflecting on all of his hard work. There's happiness, there's joy, there's a bright blue sky. This is a time of celebration. It tells us that we are experiencing the bounty of our birth, right? We set the intention, we've done the work, and now it's beginning to come back to us, right? The potential outcome is that if we stay on task, if we do the things that we do, then that our dreams dreams are going to come true. Our intentions are not just something that we can set and forget. We have to nurture them. We have to love them. Sometimes we fine tune them, but we have to be constantly on them. When I said I wanted to start a business, I can't just say, I want to start a business. And then I'm going to go do the laundry. Maybe I'm going to go to Ross or something else. There's a lot of work that goes into having this business. And the bloom is really realizing that when we see other people's bloom, when we see other people's success, like I always look at Marie Forleo, there's a few powerful, successful women that I look at and I see the bounty that they produce. I know that it's possible. I know that if they worked as hard as they did, their success will come. I know mine will too. I may have failed 1,000 times, but I'm willing to try 1,001 more times. We too have to be willing to try and keep at it, because the bounty is we will reap the rewards of the hard work. But if we don't do the hard work, there will be no reward. We have to be able to keep the dream alive. And oftentimes we're keeping it to ourselves, right? We don't see a lot of people here. We just see this gentleman. He's admiring his work. This is a solo journey. Setting intentions, getting your main goal. When we talk about, back to card 1, the desires that we want to plant, not only abundance and prosperity, but also stability, contentment, feeling safe, feeling secure. There's a lot that goes into it. You think this woman just got this falcon? Do we think it just flew in on a south wind? No, it took a lot of work for her to purchase this falcon. All right. So we know hard work brings reward. We have to be able to tap into our inner strengths, use all of our qualities. We're not overpowering people with meanness. We're loving them into submission, right? We're learning to love. We're learning to use that nurturing part of ourselves. We're getting out from under someone else's heel. We're getting out from under someone else's control. We're taking charge of our life. With our shadow, we're avoiding hyper-focusing on just one thing. We want to be able to look at all the things that need to be done, to ease back off of what we're looking at and look at the other things that need to be done as well. When we look at the light, connecting to our inner emperor, our inner goddess, loving ourselves, loving the people, ruling with a loving heart, not an iron fist. The people that we work with, we encourage, we support, we love, and we put that same intention into ourselves. When we look at the bloom, card number 5, we know that when we work hard, the bounty is going to be produced. We know that when we put the hard work and intention, the hard work and focus into our intention, that we will reap the rewards of what we sow, right? And that's really what all about setting an intention is. And the new moon gives us an opportunity to practice this every single month, right? We may not hit it out of the park the first time, but we learn to attune our energy to the natural cycles that occur within the universe. And we learn to go with the flow of the moon every month. We go with the flow of the year, and we find other things that we can attach our energy to, so we can ride those winds and use those strengths and energy to manifest our deepest desires, all of those things that we've always imagined. Our final card is our goddess card, card number 6. And this is inspiration from your inner goddess, and it's from the Mystical Wisdom deck. This is a beautiful deck. This is by Gay Guthrie. It's an older deck that I've had. I've had it for quite a few years, but it has beautiful imagery with very simple messaging. They're a little too big for me to shuffle with my hands. Oops. That's the card that shot out. That's the card we're going to use. It's called Dove. Take a leap of faith. I didn't plan it, and you guys saw it fly out of the deck, right? The message is take a leap of faith. Again, if we sit and dream, imagine. It's great to dream about our goals and having this fabulous business and making a difference in all these people's lives and having the honor of working with followers like you and creating all of these things, having my own income, not being reliant on my husband, buying my Escalade, right? Being able to care for my granddaughter. All of these things that I want to do is never going to happen if I don't take the leap of faith, if I don't take the jump, if I don't jump into action, right? We have to be willing. And here's the thing, we may not even know where this journey is going to take us. We may not even know exactly where we're going to end. We have an intention that we're going to set. This is the direction that we're going, and we take flight. We commit to it 150%. We release the fear. We release the doubt. We don't tell the whole world. I talk about this. We only share our dreams and desires with those that matter the most. We don't put it on social media. We keep it to ourselves because there's always people that want to beat us down and what are you doing this for, or whatever the words are for you. We take a leap of faith, right? We just jump in, not knowing exactly how it's going to end. We have that intention, but we know that we are on that journey of manifestation. We're on that journey of transformation. We're working to connect to our inner goddess, our divine feminine energy. We're on a journey to up-level and transform into the woman that we were created to be, to manifest a soulful business and that luxury lifestyle that we always imagine. Do we know exactly what everything is going to look like? No, but we've committed to the process. We're doing the work. More and better or different could come in, right? All of a sudden, you're purchasing a home in California on Venice Beach, or maybe you're in Florida, maybe you're in Alaska. We don't know. But we take that leap of faith and we do it with a loving and open heart, and we're willing to see where the universe is going to take us next. And before we leave our reading today, I have just one little final exercise, and this is called the hands to heart intention, right? We place both of our hands over our heart. And if you're able, if you're not able to do this, just do it in your mind. But if you're able, place your hands over your heart. And we close our eyes down. And we just focus on our intention setting. And repeat after me. I plant my intentions with trust and tend to them with love. My dreams bloom in divine timing. I'll say it one more time. I plant my intentions with trust and tend to them with love. My dreams bloom in divine timing. So mote it be. And if you feel it, I have a yoga class that's going to be coming out next week with the same title for the new moon. If you wanted to do a little yoga flow just to kind of get that energy kick-started, if you're super excited about setting your intention, this is just a little gentle flow that you can do in your home. You can begin in a child's pose to ground your energy into the earth or the soil. You can flow up to crescent pose, honoring your new beginning or the seed. We can transition down into melting heart or puppy pose to surrender all of the things that no longer serve. And then we can rise back up into lotus or seated meditation, hands over our heart, visualizing that intention coming true. Thank you so much for joining me today. I truly appreciate all of you. And one final thing, I'm sorry. You can also journal. Right? I always recommend my followers to journal your intentions, journal your thoughts, journal your feelings, get that all down on paper and get a really good view of that which that you are working to create. Thank you so much for joining me today. I truly appreciate you. I know my readings are kind of rocket fire, but as an intuitive, it's just how they come. Once I connect into my higher power, Spirit flows through me so fast, so I apologize. If I talk so fast, it's not me. It's Spirit is just, and if I don't get it, I'll forget it. I have to keep it going. So thank you very much, everyone, for joining me. Brightest blessings and namaste, everyone. Have a wonderful day, and I'll see all of you in my next video. Have a wonderful day, everyone, and thank you.